Hey everybody, it's Crispin, and this week the gang over at Normal Worlds asked me what I thought of the election. Now technically I'm not legally allowed to vote, so this year I dressed up as Clay Aiken, went to my nearest polling station and wrote in Ruben Studdard. I'm just kidding, since I'm not legally allowed to vote, they made me pick Kamala. Can y'all believe how upset everyone was getting over her losing? I mean, come on, did y'all really think it was a good idea to put an Asian woman in the driver's seat? Now, I was raised right, so I'm not going to tell anybody who they should have voted for, but I will tell you who shouldn't get a vote in this country, and that's people who play music in public without headphones. It's never good music. It always sounds like a donkey f***ing a sweet potato while a deaf kid screams. Shut that off. And while we're at it, how about people who don't put their carts away at grocery stores? Now I have to worry about some rusty food basket catching a gust of wind denting up my Plymouth because you can't stop scrolling TikTok long enough to put your cart away. No votes for you.
Ahoy, everybody, and welcome to Normal World. I'm Dave Landau.
I am Quarter Black Garrett, and I'm ready to be here. And, as always,
hi, I'm Angela. What's up? We're all here.
Yay! We did it.
That
made it. Oh, yeah. When did that stop
Only
being a
cartoon.
thing? Because I really like it.
I don't know if it ever was. I think
was
it
like
was
a Three
just
Stooges
Popeye. Yeah.
I'm bringing it back.
Three Stooges.
Yeah, bring it back.
Bringing it back.
I'll do it at one of your shows, Dave, if people wanted to see those shows.
Instead of clapping, people just cheer like they won something.
Hooray! And then those
down.
little spinny things.
I'm down. Well, you could come to one of my shows.
Yeah.
You could come. I'll be in Plano, April 23rd. That's next week.
So soon.
April 23rd?
Did I say April?
Yeah.
I never understand months.
Bro,
I'm sorry. I was on
it's
a
a new...
plane.
We've mixed up the calendar now that Trump's in. He could just choose whatever he wants.
Yeah, I was told it was April. Mm-hmm. No, I was on a plane today. I was in New York yesterday and then Ohio for 2 days before that.
That time change is
That'll
big.
mix you around.
I know, it's almost an hour. So,
No, I mean 6 months.
Yeah.
No, November 23rd, which is next week. This year's just flown by. That's what it is.
It has.
Every year does, though. That's
when you're having
we
fun.
get quicker to death. Anyway, so November 23rd,
Yes.
if you will, Angela, I will be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club in Plano. But this weekend, come out to Levity Live in Huntsville, Alabama. Or the 23rd, why don't you come out to, what's it called? The Premier Center in, I should have written this down.
Here, wait.
Let's just go with December 5 through 7, Vasani's
Yeah.
Port, Charlotte, Florida.
Do that.
What a terrible intro.
Enjoy that.
Anyway, where can we find you?
You can find me on my new channel, Nega Garrett, where you can watch
Tired.
videos. That's right. You heard it right. Nega, Nega Garrett on YouTube. Go check it out. And Angela, what are you doing?
Yeah, I have Angela Does Horror on YouTube. It's like horror movie reviews and things like that. Check it out.
She does
And-
shorts. You can watch the shorts as well.
And what else should they do?
They should subscribe to this channel and like and comment and tongue punch.
Always tongue punch.
Always. Every time. Don't forget it.
Now, today, I don't know why we have a guest. This show doesn't really need them.
No.
And it would save us money on hotels and transportation.
Really would.
If we didn't have them.
Yeah.
But, is what it is. Anyway, please
here
welcome,
already.
I know, the co-host of TimCast IRL. Please welcome Ian Crosland.
Oh, hey.
Everything you said was true, Dave.
How are you, my friend?
Doing great, man. Am I allowed to say that? Are we live?
Yeah.
We're
live.
absolutely-
Yeah, I'm extremely well. Thank you
Good.
for asking. How are you? How
I'm living.
about you, Garrett?
Doing great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I've been gaming a lot.
That's what
you
you were
playing?
saying.
I played Mass Effect for 16 hours. Well, I streamed for 16 hours. Probably played Mass Effect for 8 of
OG?
them.
Or
Yeah, the Legendary Edition. So I'm in the first one.
You PC?
dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's intense. It was like 5. I drank so much coffee.
Now, are you 100% or do you do all the side missions and everything?
All the side missions.
Everything done.
Yep, I'm forcing myself. It's kind of grindy.
It is. I did that for the second game because there's all these planets you can scan and do all this crap with, and it takes forever. And then my save corrupted, and I couldn't Yeah, so
Well, I've been thinking about God a lot, thinking about the election, thinking about purpose, thinking about if we're in a simulation, lots of that stuff.
dude.
I don't know if we're in the simulation anymore. Maybe.
What if we are?
That's quite a red wave.
What if that's part of the simulation? What a weird thing to happen. Every single thing goes one direction. It seems very simulated.
People are like used to things not working out. I think a lot of time, not everybody, and I don't want to generalize, but things sometimes work out like in grand ways. And like we're still here as a species, so obviously something's working out.
That's right.
Do you worry that there's no checks and balances with it all going red?
Actually, that did cross my mind today.
Yeah, mine too.
They said that they were going to put in a somebody. What is it? The head of the Senate. They're gonna fast track. Mitch McConnell wants to fast track somebody into the head of the Senate before Trump gets in. That might end up being like resistant towards Trump's
fast
agenda.
track. It's not Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. He's quickly.
Yeah, he wants to have a stroke today.
Gravenly.
I agree, though. I feel like there should be, some pull.
There has to be
But
something.
for so long, my argument against it for the moment,
Right.
until something bad happens, is it's been the other direction for so long that we do need to bring it back a little bit. But I think ultimately it should be like a push and pull. And like people complain about the government never doing anything, and I'm like, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be the slowest thing possible because everybody doesn't agree with the same thing, right? So you're constantly moving forward with slow progression and never this jump to whatever side you are.
Well, if they all agree on one thing, it would be great, but we wouldn't really need them.
Yeah, but it doesn't exist.
A lot of people would lose their jobs. Every bureaucrat would have no business being in Washington.
what are they
It would
gonna
be a great world.
What are they going to do?
Yeah, like make sure that we all have air to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thanks. We don't need you to do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need people getting in the way of that for money for some reason.
I could be a little concerned of them making some really radical changes about because I know Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education, which I think sounds extreme, but it's maybe not as extreme as it sounds. Like you can still have schools in the states. I don't know exactly what it would entail.
It goes back to the states. So there's a lot that the National Board of Education does, like implementing federal.
Make your kids trans.
Hey, man, just programs for the entire country to follow. And I think it's generally, and that's what Trump seems to be running on in all of his points, is like, just send it back to the states. Like, we don't have to do it as the government. We have other things to do. You as the states can decide what you want to teach.
Now, Asmongold, you guys ever follow his work on YouTube? Video game streamer, gone political streamer. He was mentioning something like his concern, and I kind of echo these concerns, is that I don't know if this is even the case. If it were to all go back to the states, if one state's like, we are a very religious Christian state, we want to make sure that we're going to teach the Bible in school, then would the federal government no longer have the authority to be like, can't teach religion in class?
I feel like they would be able to step in and do that.
I feel like that would be a state's right again. Then you would have to bring it up with your local state government to then intervene. You know what I mean? Or vote
that is constitutional. That really is. I don't know. Wouldn't they be able to?
Yeah, we got to have a separation between church and state.
But the idea of separation of church and state, if we're being honest,
school isn't state, though.
Yeah, but that's complete bullshit. People are running on the fact that they're God-fearing all the time. It still exists. That's my son's at a Christian school, but it's private.
Yeah.
So then, of course they're going to teach that, but it's expected when it's in a private entity.
But like a public school that's funded by like taxpayer money.
Yeah.
That's a.
Aren't they afraid to do Pledge of Allegiance at this point, let alone the Bible?
My other concern is what if one state's like, you know what, 2 + 2 really is equal to 5. We're going to teach that now in our state. And then, I don't know, I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to
Oregon.
Yeah. Lorgum ipsum.
Yeah.
If they could decide to go full font
and
redux.
At that point, then it's like a Darwin Award thing, and you lose out of you have the worst ideas. Then your state just is not very good.
Okay,
and we run
that sounds good for the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
care about
fast track to the bottom.
I'm not even about this whole union thing. I'm about Texas. All right.
Texas is pretty legit.
Yeah, Texas. Awesome.
Michigan flipped red. I was
badass as well. Hey, I'm for you guys to all work out, but also top dog.
Do you guys like Texas? You've been in Texas a long time, Garrett?
Whole life.
You like living in Texas?
Oh yeah.
You're homebred, but what about you guys, Angela?
Worst drivers on earth.
That is true.
Didn't used to be that way.
Really? Is it California?
It's a California transplants, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We used to be very polite.
Mexicans with a truckload of chickens falling out of the back of them. Is that
snap.
Those are also
California coming
transplants.
over?
It's also transplants.
The ones that drive trucks with pieces falling off that just
Transplants
smash into my car.
Those are Californians that move in, they buy Ladoolies,
Yeah.
and they put those fake cowboy hats on.
What about the guys in the Rancher F-350s?
Making it up? You're making that up?
How about the Dodge Ram drivers?
This
We
is
know
all-
how much those guys.
all made
they
up.
never cut you off or get aggressive. I'm
not saying we're perfect.
Nobody here's ever been tailgated by a Texas Dodge Ram owner.
My husband just bought a Dodge Ram over the weekend.
That son of a bitch.
Does he drive it like a monster?
Yeah.
There's no other way to
changed
drive it.
completely.
Yeah, he's a
no
different
other ways.
guy.
He's a monster now.
What's the big thing about the
just-
Dodge Ram?
Something about diesel fuel and a moonroof. I don't know.
He's just Dwight Yoakam in Sling Blade now.
Can you
Hate
like
queers and I hate retards. You done make friends with both of them.
Yeah.
can you burn like corn oil?
I have no clue.
Yeah, get some.
Some of those cars are retrofitted.
Some of them you can do with the corn gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flex fuel.
Oh wow.
But yeah, you pretty much have to just be in Iowa.
You guys see these new hydrogen cars?
Yeah. Toyota's doing that. They have these
Yeah.
like power cells, like video games, like.
And I imagine they're really lightweight because it's just a bunch of hydrogen. Like compared to, it's not gasoline. And if they're in, so I'm thinking like the nice thing is you can store these hydrogen tubes in your trunk, but it's not like having like cans of gas where it's open to the air.
No, I think it's good to have Asians driving a bomb.
Of course. Super fast too.
I heard they're not very efficient though, so that's hard to
No.
scale.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's a
You got to
problem.
go hybrid to
You
start.
know what I like? Gas cars.
Yeah, me too.
Older
I
gas
do.
cars.
I
What do you like
conventional
about 'em?
gas.
Personally, me.
What do you like
Faster,
about them?
more
the best?
fun. They
Huff it.
designed them to be sleek and stylish and cool. Limited amounts. They weren't all carbon copies of the same thing. Even when you look at classic cars, it's just unbelievable.
You get hard.
I just like classic cars.
Yeah.
You have one?
I did. I've had many, but I don't right now. I mean, I guess unless you count my 1998 Cadillac Eldorado. So yeah, I guess that's 25 years old. That's classic.
Classic at this point.
And I love it.
That's it.
What do you love about it?
Oh, it's fast as hell. Although I got it up to 140 on the freeway the other day, and a thing kicks in that says it stops using fuel. I guess I shouldn't admit that, but it'll stop giving it fuel so you don't drive faster than that.
Okay.
Which
But you could probably take that out, whatever that is.
I'm sure there's a way to do it.
Remove it.
I wanted to see how fast it could get because those North Stars, they last forever and they're very fast. So I just wanted to see how fast I could get it because it's an empty Detroit freeway.
And if you got to outrun a flood, you pedal to the metal.
Exactly.
It's almost like a dangerous to not to be able to go
Yep.
full speed.
Exactly. I just
Freedom.
I love Mustangs. I've had Fox bodies. I've had a Cobra GT, Taurus Show.
What years though? What year?
Cadillacs. I had a 90. I had an 88. I had a 95. The other one was a 95 as well.
What's the oldest car you've had?
Probably the 88.
Yeah.
Mustang 5.0.
We'll
Yeah.
push it later.
My first car was a Mustang. It was a 97.
Well, I like
It was great. It was in LA. I picked it up. It was the first car that was offered to me, and I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but it only got like 16 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of freeway driving on the
miles
10.
per gallon if you
waiting.
look that cool, bro.
I wish I was cooler.
Mustangs are rough in LA for sure because you're just idling the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I don't understand the expensive cars in LA. Because it's like I got a Lambo, so I can go 3 miles an hour everywhere I go.
I almost get like I never had one, but a motorcycle. You see the guys and people in Los
yeah.
Angeles riding between traffic,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to.
Dude, when I first moved there in 2002, I didn't know that. And the guy just came flying by me, and I'm like, I would have opened the door any second now to see if there was an accident.
Can they do that in Texas?
I don't know.
I've seen it.
Sure
I
they
don't know
do.
if it's like a legal thing. I didn't know it was legal. Is it a legal thing there?
It's legal in California.
It
Yeah.
seems very highly dangerous. It's
crazy.
Dangerous as
What,
heck.
lane splitting?
Yeah.
It's actually more safe in California to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
Because
People don't change lanes?
More safe than it is here.
yes, because
Here they're just
traffic
gonna-
isn't moving as quickly.
Oh, okay. I get it.
It'll be sitting still, and then
Yeah.
the guy on the bike will be going like 8 or 10 miles an hour between the cars on the freeway.
Yeah, because here you're 80 miles per
There's
hour.
way more deaths here because of lane splitting than that, and
Yeah.
that's
Calling
why
the
it's
herd
legal
is
there.
what it's
yeah.
called.
Well, yeah. There's also, in Detroit, there's a lot of motorcycle racing now out of nowhere because the freeways get very empty at night. So it's like those Ducati, is that what they're called? Ducatis?
Yeah.
Crotch rocket things. and they'll just fly by you at 200 miles an hour, and you'll notice like two people racing. Also, a lot of Dodge Chargers and Challengers race a lot there, but the motorcycles, dude, are crazy. I won't. I'm too afraid of them.
Yeah, I won't even go outside anymore. Ever.
Yeah, that's how.
I just don't leave.
I wear a helmet inside to masturbate.
Do you spend a lot of time in Detroit now?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you still consider that home?
Oh yeah, I always will.
So when all the making fun of Detroit and the whole Detroit's a hellhole, what about, is that all fake?
No, when I make fun of it.
Real.
Oh, I didn't know you did. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't. It's a hellhole.
But it's his.
It's a hellhole I love.
A
Yeah.
personal hell. I heard that they were selling houses for like, no, I'm just exaggerating now, but like $800.
Actually, you're not exaggerating.
It was like
They were
30
less.
years ago, or they went on some campaign where they were like, the house is only worth a couple $100.
You could buy it, but the amount of money you would have to put into it to turn it into a house was crazy. Like it's like you can buy a house for $1, but there's a lot of back taxes involved, and it's filled with pit bulls. So and black mold, but it's like, yeah, it's only $1 for a house. That's not a house. You're just it's just a problem you've bought for $1.
And then would they sell the property
I was
too?
gonna ask, yeah.
Yeah,
So you could bulldoze the house and then
you could bulldoze
something
the
else.
house.
I'm assuming that's what's happening.
Just have the property. Well, a lot of the houses get renovated because it has the old architecture, the turn of the century architecture from when it was, the Paris of the Midwest and the assembly line was built, and like the houses that have been just mortared and burnt down are still standing.
Oh,
Because of all the brick structure and the concrete and like you just don't see that kind of craftsmanship in most parts of the country. The places you see are still standing. Those houses that are built in like the 1800s, early 1900s.
so what did they switch and start building them out of wood? Is that what they've done in
Now
modern
I don't know
age?
what the hell they build it out of half of these. I mean, yeah, they use
Shitty wood.
but it's like not good.
Have you seen like a cross section of an old house built out of the beams, the lines in the wood are super dense because they're actually old trees that have been growing for hundreds of years, and all of the new planks of wood are because they try to grow them quicker, so they're not like really really old trees. At least that's what it looks like in my brain.
Well, no, I mean it's like
It's like they're using old pine and old
Actually,
stuff.
Garrett, you're 100% right about that because when the tree fell through my house, it's a 1940s house. It's a pier and beam house.
Yeah.
And our contractor was showing us, the wood that the ceiling is made out of,
Right.
essentially. And if it was made with wood from like modern times, then it would have been way worse than it was.
It's just inferior wood.
Yeah.
What happened to cause the tree to fall on your house?
A big storm. God.
Prayer.
Whoa.
Garrett was praying for
Just
disaster.
take
for
that
me.
house out.
Was that recent?
It was.
they were doing anal.
Sounds right.
It was like May or June.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you in the house when it
Yeah.
happened? What happened? What were you screaming?
We were in the closet because it was like a tornado
Oh.
warning thing. But a pecan tree fell on the house.
Pecan tree.
Yeah.
made
It wasn't even
fine
your
pie.
tree. It was your
It
neighbor's
was my neighbor's
tree.
tree.
So
It didn't even help.
her tornado. Is there a lot of natural disasters in this area?
A tornado.
Oh,
yeah.
tornadoes.
Every year. Yeah.
Tornadoes. And then what do you just get used to it?
It's
Yeah.
not as hardcore. It's way worse in Oklahoma and other states. Here it's just not to say it's not bad. But we don't get it as hard as those other states do.
You guys ever focus on controlling the weather?
I'm not.
No, we
Jewish.
think about it.
You do. You're not Jewish, and
I
you
just
do
have
think
the
about
last
it.
name, but yeah, I mean, I could, I guess.
I've been focusing on it because I'm like, all right, if the Earth has a magnetic field and our bodies have a magnetic field, the heart, then therefore a magnetic field within another magnetic field, there's a form of interference. So maybe we can use and clouds are magnetic.
You could.
We got
What
electrons.
about sound? What about sound waves? Do you think you could shoot sound waves into like clusters of clouds to like disperse them or make them like move them?
Probably
possibility.
because you can use sound as a wave guide.
Right.
So maybe
Sound can do a shit ton. Like you ever say when they put the sand on a
That the
speaker,
technical?
it's like
Yeah, cymatics. That's a
Cymatics.
branch of science where they'll vibrate matter at certain frequencies to make it take different patterns.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about just vibration in general, there's sound, and then there's just a lower version of that, which isn't technically audible to the human ear, but it's still the same function. It's just a vibration, a frequency that might be even more effective.
Well, that's sort of the what do they build into deaf people? I'm blanking on it to let them hear. It's like a different way of hearing than it actually.
Like a cochlear implant.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that what it does?
I believe
vibrates your brain
I could be
and stuff?
wrong, but yeah, it's a different way of hearing, but they do hear.
You ever hear that smell-o-vision they're working on? This is something that I haven't really confirmed, but they'll make it click in your ear, and then it'll make you smell certain
It's gonna
things.
be terrible for the view.
That's awful. Yeah.
Apparently, it's like in Japan they were working on it because they want gamers to be able to smell their environment.
No way.
What?
There's always a sewer level. I'm not. No.
Yeah, that's other.
I think smell's a real problem.
Yeah, like generally it's not great.
They'll figure it
For
out.
eating, for taste, it's great.
It is.
Other than that, I don't think I need it. I could turn it off. Could you turn it off? Maybe you put a button. You could.
Be like, I'm done with this smell.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Probably.
It seems like they could make
television
some type
just
of
sounds like it's
virus
out of
that could do that.
UHF. I don't know. It just
Great
seems
movie,
so
by the way.
bizarre.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
That was Michael Richards' best work.
Oh, yes, it was. Well, his second best.
Yeah. Stanley Spadowski. I'll always remember that character.
And his mop.
Yeah.
Mop. You love
If
that.
you haven't
mop.
seen UHF, go watch
The guy who
UHF.
saves the day with a penny.
Yeah, I got the penny.
Oh, yeah.
The old guy, the old.
Thanks, mister.
homeless
It's
guy.
like a rare 1800s.
It was Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah. I like Weird Al. I
Love
I
Weird
have
Al.
no shame in my game with Weird Al.
Oh man, we used to listen to Dare to Be Stupid. That old album on record.
Yeah.
We had a little.
White and Nerdy came out when I was a teenager, and I listened to that album so much,
Oh, he's so good.
like over and over and over.
When he did Smells Like Nirvana, and he called Kurt Cobain to see, like, hey, can I have the rights to Smells Like Teen Spirit? I want to do the parody. And Kurt loved it. He was like, yeah, oh yeah.
You're like,
hell
Kurt's
yeah.
not here right now.
Yeah. I would have thought the story would go, Kurt would be like, no, man, that ain't cool. But Kurt was just laughing.
Yeah. The only one who didn't like it was Coolio, but then they made up later. But it was
That's
'cause
one
he
of my
did-
favorite
He did Amish Paradise.
That show, that was an epic.
Yes.
An epic.
Drive-through. I love that drive-through.
Well, in hindsight,
in a
it's
closet?
actually less funny than the actual video because if you remember, it's for the movie Dangerous Minds. So half of it is just Michelle Pfeiffer doing karate, Coolio rapping, and then a guy who looks like he's sitting on the toilet going like, "Why are we so blind to see?" And he's just covered in sweat.
You know, it sounded like you said trapped in the closet, Garrett, a moment ago.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you did. You say those words?
Yes,
know
I
if you-
did. I did.
Have you seen R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet?
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen? Is that what you were talking about just now?
No, the movie?
Trapped. Yeah, it's like
Trapped
a
in the
short.
Closet.
Trapped. R. Kelly does this movie called Trapped in the Closet, where it's
glorious.
like I don't know.
Is that the one where it's all porn around him?
No,
It's a
That's
story.
just the
It's a
rest of his
saga.
home.
it is truly a saga.
So good.
Of it's like 5-minute short movie or like 10-minute short musical videos.
Urinating on people?
You think, but it's actually very good. It's really good.
Journey.
He was a good singer.
and really funny, like really strange and bizarre R. Kelly humor. Oh God, I must have watched it 30 times.
Maybe I've seen it and I don't remember.
wild that you
I
haven't
gotta go
seen it
back
yet.
and I'm
You'll
sure.
remember forever.
I'm sure.
He speaks, sings the entire thing.
And I'm trapped in the closet.
Yeah.
I'm trapped in the closet.
I bet you I have. I'm going to look it up after this.
That's so good. Ooh.
So he's like, there's a whole story with it. He's having sex with somebody, and then her husband shows up, and he's got to get out, and he like hides in the closet, and he's trapped in the closet while her husband shows up, and her husband is a pastor at a church, and then
That's right out of Friday.
having
That's
a- they're
Bernie
having a-
Mac.
Yeah, they're having an argument, and then there's a midget involved at some
His
point.
wife's name is Bridget.
That's also
Bridget,
Friday.
Midget. It's so good.
Spirals out of control, like over and over and over. Every episode, it's like he spirals even further out of
Concept.
control. Like,
It's a true concept album. It really is. This is his best work.
highly recommend
Yes.
Trapped in the Closet by R.
And
Kelly.
Weird Al made a parody of that.
Oh.
The drive-through, where it was him and his wife ordering at a drive-through.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
Classic.
Wow.
I got to go back and watch. Maybe I've seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta.
I've seen so much stuff. Was it 90s, early 2000s?
It was like 2005,
2000, yeah.
2006.
Yeah.
So as pop culture references go, that's like one of the weirdest.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
I got to check it out. I'm sure I've seen it, but I got to check it out.
So good.
He's just been known for so many different things. What's that?
No, sorry.
What?
Oh, no. Just don't cut me.
That's
I thought you were gonna say, you know what would also be in that closet?
What?
Possibly. But actually, I would take that back. Probably not, because they'd be on the bed. Miracle Made sheets.
What?
Because you know R. Kelly liked them soft sheets.
Yes, he did.
Don't.
Yeah. And everybody
This
else
is not
does.
the way to go with this read.
Hey,
Let's take it another direction.
you guys are connecting that. I'm just saying he's a human, and humans like soft sheets.
That's true. Unless you're a monster
Well, okay, then maybe he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I'll tell you what, traditional bed sheets, those can harbor a lot of bacteria, more than a toilet seat.
That's true.
See how this is getting so on R. Kelly-like?
Yeah.
It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses.
Ew.
And it's just gross. Miracle Made sheets, however, prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, and they require 3 times less laundry.
Oh, and if you like to sleep in a nice cool sheet, they help you with that too because they're silver infused.
They regulate your body
I don't
temperature.
even know what that means.
I don't know what it means, but I know it works.
Silver's antibacterial.
And anti-vampire.
See, he knows stuff.
Well, it's, yeah.
Thank God we finally
It's
have
more
somebody
werewolf.
on here that knows something.
I just have to pretend every show.
I thought that was copper. Is
That
copper
might also be. I don't know.
Copper
as
I
well.
think it is.
Either way,
You can wear that on
Soft
your
sheets.
wrist. I know it's good for bones,
soft sheets.
bone density, but it's not as good as these sheets. I don't know what it's good for. But trymiracle.com, I know that crackheads steal it out of houses.
Yeah.
But trymiracle.com/normal. That's where you go. Trymiracle.com/normal. And we will get you your Miracle Made sheets today for 40% off.
40% off and a whole set of towels. That's 3 of them.
Hand, neck, face, body.
Neck towel?
Wherever you want to put it.
Look, it's wherever you want to
Wherever you want to put it.
Bring the neck towel
Never.
back.
That's right. You could tie it around your neck, make it a little, I was going to say cardigan, but like a little
Yeah.
napkin thing.
Yeah.
You get it wet in the summer.
Like your wimpy.
Just stick it back there.
Oh, yeah.
You look like
yeah.
you're on Hollywood Squares in the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah, really good stuff.
I gotta say, I got these sheets, and they're like electromagnetic frequency dampener sheets. This guy sent them to me. They're threaded with nano silver, and what you do is you wrap. It's like a bed cover. You wrap it around your mattress. You zip it tight around your mattress, and then it plugs in. But there's no the prongs are made of like plastic. It's just the ground. So you basically ground the sheets, and it sucks. I think it's electricity out of the sheets. It like pulls the long electromagnetic out of your environment. Basically, when you sit down on it, it feels like, you know, when you drink something cold and your teeth get sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that on your whole body when you're on it. Like it's being pulled. This like weird energy is being pulled out of you. It kind of almost.
Sounds like a bad thing. A little.
Yeah, but
Sheets have Mario on them.
it's like it exhausts you. It kind of wears you out. They're really good for relaxing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a fascinating concept.
I would do it.
Grounding sheets.
I want to get a water bed so I get scoliosis.
Or do they make those anymore?
No, they ended up being horrible.
Did you
for
ever sleep on them?
I have, yeah.
My buddy used to have one of those.
Back in, it had to be the late 80s.
They were like
early
a
90s.
million pounds.
And they're warm.
Safe.
Oh, yeah. They're warm.
yeah.
They're filled with water. Your uncle won't stop touching you.
Did you ever sleep on one?
Yeah. Yeah.
An uncle?
What?
Wait, who said what?
I was just saying
that
in
was-
the 80s. Maybe you guys had different water
No.
beds. Go on.
But yeah,
thing
very
mine didn't
uncomfortable.
come with
Very
that one.
firm. I don't like firm beds. It's like the firmest.
Do you
but
like
also-
memory foam?
Yeah.
Is like your main?
Because it
I don't have one,
remembers,
but-
it remembers
but I like
your
it.
grooves.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
agree.
it shouldn't remember though.
Well,
Probably not.
Yeah, I can't tell if memory foam is a psyop. Like, did we do something wrong? Did we go too far?
I said it's from NASA.
Oh.
Memory foam.
but I like when it pops back out and then it's like you're sleeping in a fresh bed, not in your same groove every night. So
Yeah.
you got to flip the mattress all the time.
I think
Maybe it's just a crappy mattress.
throughout the day it forgets, but it only remembers when you lay back down, and then it's like, oh,
I don't know. I bought a bed a long time ago that was just designed specifically for me.
okay.
And
You go to like a scientist, and they were like,
it was a scientist at a furniture store. Yeah. And he knew his stuff.
okay.
And they tested me like the way that I slept, and then I got that bed, and it's still perfect.
Oh, wow.
Really?
What does it do?
Perfect. It's just comfy. Like it never isn't. I always get a good night's sleep on that bed.
Is it?
I rarely am ever in it.
I have sleep problems on mattresses. I get back pains like pretty bad. I need to
Do
do
you
that.
sleep in couches?
Usually, yeah.
Do you use a pillow?
I actually do. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever not use a pillow?
Every once in a while.
So I'll do that too.
I used to double pillow, and then my neck would hurt. Now I single pillow, and life's better.
2 pillows, 1 case. That's
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Oh, that's not bad.
I like the flat pillow.
that way it
Pillow's the
doesn't
best.
escape.
2 pillows. Yeah, that's what you
Good
want.
flat pillow and roll it
Way
over.
to go.
You do a rolled over flat pillow.
Yeah, I like flat.
I got this pillow now. I got 2 of them with like a bump on the end. So like if you want it under your neck,
oh,
you can turn it around.
ergonomic.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, for when you're sitting up watching TV.
I never did that.
You've never watched TV from bed?
No, not this time.
Don't pretend.
this go around the.
I don't have a TV in my room. You know, I don't actually own a TV.
I don't own a
only have
TV.
TV in my bedroom.
I've got screens
Believe
now.
it. Yeah.
You know, because everything's a computer. I feel like I can watch TV on my computer. I don't know. I never got a smart TV. I bought one for Luke.
It's
My buddy
nice
Luke.
because they're like $30 now.
Yeah.
Oh, like an
Used to be-
80-inch.
Yeah, they're so cheap. You go into Sam's Club and they're like, "Go ahead, take it."
We don't care.
Shockingly cheap.
It's amazing.
What would have been $400 like 10 years ago? It
And
feels
then
like it was
before that, it would have been like $5,000.
Yeah.
and it would have been a bunch of different TVs to make up one giant one.
they really
Remember the big
want.
fat ones? The big screen TV?
Oh yeah. Well, I
Weighed
mean,
500 pounds?
I had a DLP that I bought in '07, and like that was this thick, and that's just crazy to think of now.
So
TV? What are you going to do with all the space?
I waited at Black Friday for that. It's the only Black Friday I ever did.
What is Black Friday for if all the TVs are worth like
Dude,
$5?
everybody just runs in front of you anyway, and because I'm short, I ran and I slid under a bunch of people, and I got the TV on a deal.
You've got the Call of Duty method.
That's the good thing about being short is people just don't notice you.
yeah.
Like a
Life
hobbit.
ended
legs.
your career. But yeah, it's just a benefit. But it is. I just ran and slid under people because everybody's fighting over
Amazing.
these TVs. I noticed that there's a 55-inch, which was huge then, for even cheaper. So I just ran through everybody fighting over these 40 inches and got myself an even cheaper 55.
And as the guy's checking out his TV, you slide your card first because they didn't see you there, and then you technically own the.
No one
device.
knows.
That's awesome.
I just walk in front and I go, "I'm sorry, I was already here."
So I wonder about TVs, and this is, I don't actually believe this, but I'm going to say it anyway, that they are getting them into your house cheaply because it's like just like how the Nintendo, they wanted you to buy the Nintendo so that then you'd buy all the games. They just want everyone to have a Nintendo. They'll make the Nintendo as cheap as possible so that you spend all your money on games. They're doing the same thing with TVs. They want everybody to have a TV so you'll spend all your attention on their TV shows.
Nintendo's
because it's on the remote. You look at the remote, it says Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever it is on here. So you go to those channels first.
Like they've embedded
Our
those
first
companies.
Nintendo came with 2 controllers, a gun, and 2 games.
That's the one I got, Gyromite and Duck Hunt.
See, yeah, mine was Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Was it on the
Yeah,
same
the
cartridge?
Same cartridge, yes.
Same cartridge. I have like
Then you
5
had
of
the
those.
gun, and then you had 2 controllers, and now it's like I think it was around PlayStation when they were like, "We'll give you one."
Yeah.
Really? Oh, and you had to
Give
pay
you the
20.
port for another one, but you don't have any friends.
You could still get 2, I think, on the 64, and then
64, you get 4. But in the box, you got
in the
2.
box you got 2.
In the box, you
So you bought 5 versions of that
yeah.
Nintendo was of the game itself or of the entire
The
Nintendo?
game that's slash like Mario slash.
It was iconic.
Just like I've acquired them from some.
I got the first Nintendo that came out. We got it for Christmas, and it had Gyromite and Duck Hunt were separate, and it had Rob the robot operating buddy.
yeah.
Remember that guy? And he would like carry the spinning gyros, and it didn't ever really work. And he had but they really look cool.
Yeah, that guy's worth like
Duck Hunt never did.
$10,000.
You're always
now.
like up at the
Oh, wow.
screen trying to shoot the
Oh,
ducks.
You're a cheater.
Yeah, and if you want a hack, point it at the bottom of the screen, go up to the screen, point it at the bottom, stick the gun on the screen literally, and then just click the trigger, and it'll kill every duck. It'll always get a hit.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I also bought Game Genie and beat every game.
See,
Battletoads.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love Battletoads.
It was impossible without the game Genie.
It was
so hard.
impossible.
so hard.
kids don't know. Kids don't even know. Their games are so easy now.
Yeah, try
win all the
Battletoads.
time.
I mean, the gear level 8, I would. It was impossible. I don't. Yeah, too many gears.
No point.
Too much dying in one hit. I didn't know how to beat it.
Oh yeah, I still think Street Fighter 2, other than Mortal Kombat, of course, but Street Fighter 2 for the PlayStation was one of the most fun
Turbo?
games you could ever play.
I didn't have it for the PlayStation. You had it for the
I
PlayStation.
had it for PlayStation. Yeah,
We had it for the Super Nintendo. Played a lot of that at the arcade.
oh, that was so much fun.
particularly Turbo. You had it for the Sega.
Turbo's
and
the
then,
way.
and then
It's a little
Super
faster.
Street Fighter with Cammy and
Dude, Mario Kart though, because it came with Mario Kart, and then we got that. I remember this because we went to Montgomery Ward's, which is no longer around, and then we got we got that, and when we went back and played Mario Kart, and we were like, "This is the most amazing thing ever."
And you're all on the same couch. You're all right there next to each other. You're like hitting each other, like, "Oh, get out of here!" And you're messing each other up. That's the stuff.
That and Bond
Love
007, I think, was the best game.
GoldenEye.
Talking about GoldenEye.
Good, dude.
Odd Job, like you, was unfair because he was
Weird.
short. You couldn't hit him. You had to aim down.
That's what I'm saying. I'm bulletproof.
The best mode in any multiplayer, any game ever is slaps single shot slaps.
Yes.
So you're running around a map and you're all trying to, and
Yep.
you know it's janky as hell because it's a Nintendo 64 game. So you're just like,
It was on license to kill mode.
yes.
So any one hit and you killed them, and all your
it's
only
the
weapons
most-
were slaps. It was so fun.
the most frantic crap
Slide
I've ever
forward.
seen.
You move like you're sliding. There's no like walking in the game. Everything is like real fluid as you're moving. So you're like,
Well, they're did you see they're re-releasing the 64?
no.
Yeah, I pre-ordered.
Did you?
I did.
Dude, I have my 64.
I have mine too, but I'm 100%. The thing is it's not 4K. So you do the 64, you plug it into a new TV, and it's all stretched pixels, and it looks like crap. But
I got
this
for my
has an
Wii.
emulator
I got
that looks.
the connection that makes it look a little better.
There is some.
I love the
connections there.
Wii. I still think it's the best system ever. I
Good.
love it.
You know they're coming out the Wii too, and it's going to be backwards compatible.
Oh,
Yeah.
What is it about the Wii that you think is the best?
just like, I guess I have a kid. We can play baseball, basketball, bowling, all that stuff, and I just enjoy it. I mean, it's a fun system.
You get active, like
Oh, yeah.
moving around and stuff with the Wii.
Yeah.
Because I played Fruit Ninja with the Xbox Kinect, I think it was
Yeah.
what it was called, and it would like it would be measuring you, so you'd swing your arm, and we had it like on a big screen, and then you could hit the things on the screen. And there was a lot of working out,
Yeah.
a lot of like sweating involved.
Well, Mario Kart on the Wii is pretty cool too. You got the steering wheel. That I enjoyed.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
A lot of those went in the trash.
You guys ever get like the
Yeah,
full? I've been thinking about getting like for streaming, because I have the flight stick. The I think it's the X52 flight stick. It's really great for flying game. But the full on wheel with the gas pedal and the brake. You guys ever use those things?
No, I would.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I take my son to like Dave and Buster's and stuff where we do. You know, I like that.
yeah, that'd be cool.
You ever see the guys that do the simulator, like a trucker simulators, where they have the entire room is a simulator and it looks like a truck?
I saw
it
one
looks like
clip
the
of it.
dashboard and everything.
You stop at places to arm wrestle.
Basically.
That's the movie Over the Top.
What about full haptic feedback suit,
Oh.
including on your genitals?
Yep. Okay.
And,
And
you
the
can
smell-o-vision.
Yep. Well, would you do it?
But
I would try. I would.
Yeah,
try
I would
it.
do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you got hit by the bullet, it would truly kill you. No, I don't know if it would
You
go
would
that far.
feel it.
You would.
Get
It
a
would
bruise
hurt.
at least.
Like really, what if it leave the bruise?
Yeah.
then
It
it'd be
should
like
feel like a
paintball.
paintball. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Then you don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd
I
really
think people
be
would play
playing.
way different. People would play way
They
different.
can create fatigue somehow. Because I was asking my buddy who's in the
I'm sure if it-
military.
yeah.
I'm like, what's the biggest difference between being in the actual military and all the video games? Like how tired you get.
He's like, your freedom. Thank you for listening.
Shout out to Veterans Day, by the way. Which was
Yeah, for real.
Thank you so much for your service.
So if they could simulate
Hi,
fatigue
Dad.
somehow. Yeah. Was your dad in the military?
Yeah.
What did he do?
He was in Vietnam in the army, and he was a sniper, and then he was a medic.
Did he go? Was he serve actually in Vietnam? Did he go to the
yeah.
jungle?
Yeah. Agent Orange is why.
Yeah,
he
so
died.
much so.
Oh snap!
Yeah, yeah.
Agent Orange.
Yeah.
That's where they drop the chemicals on the.
Yep.
Is it defoliant or something?
Yeah, they would drop it into the jungles, which would then kill the plants, which could get the Vietnamese out of the trees and stuff. And that was the idea, is if they just came through with this poison, but somehow they thought, like, it'll be fine for
It'll
our
blow
side.
away in the wind.
Yeah.
It'll
So
be
they
fine.
would kill all these crops and, in turn, killed tons of our own soldiers as a result of it over time.
Did he get drafted?
Oh, yeah.
So I
That was
hope
the only lottery he ever won.
they talked about all the Ukraine stuff, and I was concerned about a draft. I don't think it's coming to that anymore.
I'm not concerned
No.
about a draft because they'd look at me and be like, what are you going to do?
Oh, you're not personally concerned about it. It was more of an existential concern.
No, I'm worried about my son
Yeah.
being drafted. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's impossible. We've seen it happen.
Yeah.
I know the Vietnam thing. I don't want to blow this thing. Jeez, I was like, "Ah."
No, you're good. I mean, I have a tremendous respect for soldiers, and I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people because my uncle works with this program, About Face USA. I'm actually doing a show for them right after Thanksgiving in Alpharetta, Georgia. If you go to my site to raise money for people, but the number of people that are being affected or have been killed from Agent Orange, it's a lot like mustard gas in World War II. People started getting paid out a couple of years ago. Families, and it's not much money now, but I feel like the VA and the government just want you to die instead of pay you.
Yeah.
We're terrible to our soldiers. We are absolutely terrible and ungrateful to our soldiers.
That is a utilitarian concern that they would literally want, rather that the people die off than have to pay their retirements. And
It's a
take care of
fact.
their bodies.
In my opinion, it's a fact.
It's a fact, in my opinion.
Well, it's like, but I watched it happen. Like I watched it in real time. Someone lose their life and everything, for service to their country. Mm-hmm. And I've watched it happen to a lot of people where they don't get paid out. I've seen some people finally get paid out, but it took 20 years. I mean, you're already paying for, and it caused so many different diseases. I mean, it wasn't just the soft cell sarcoma, cancer. There's tons of effects of it. Now they're worried that it can even affect the kid. Like, it can go generational, which I hope it doesn't, but I sure do get migraines.
You'd probably know by now.
I'd hope so.
So what is it, Agent Orange?
It's just a poisonous spray.
I don't know much about the chemical structures. Are you guys I'm not too learned on it.
I don't know enough about the chemicals. I just know that's the thing that did it. That was used into the zones to kill all the plants.
That's not DDT. Is that DDT? That's something else, right? DDT. That was like
ChatGPT it.
ChatGPT it. My mom was telling me, but there's this commercial where they were like, the airplanes would come in and drop DDT. It was like, I don't know if it was like
that might have been mustard gas,
mosquitoes or something. And in the old days, they didn't know, so they would the plane would come in and it was dropping it, and there was these kids playing in a pool, swimming, and they were like, yeah, and all the DDT was falling down on the kids. And then it turned out to cause all sorts of health issues later.
Was it for crops?
Man, I wish I knew more. I shouldn't have brought that up without knowing that.
No, but I mean, there was the stuff, though, what they were spraying crops with. It ended up being poisonous to kids. I mean, besides just the food we give them now, that was an accident.
Yeah, you're talking about like Roundup.
So Roundup. They just recalled a lot of Roundup
again
in the last few years. Right?
Oh no, a couple of years ago.
It's basically the same chemical.
DDT is Roundup.
No, Agent Orange.
Really?
Yeah, which is funny
Roundup.
because they knew it was bad back in the 60s.
Yeah, it kills plants.
They were like, hey, households, you can have it.
Whoa,
it's a mixture.
That's why I really trust the government in their decision-making process.
Yeah, Roundup, I know that they protect themselves when they spray it.
Herbicidal warfare. It was a herbicidal warfare program.
And then they use Roundup as an herbicide, fungicide.
Roundup itself, just covering our bases.
Oh, not Roundup itself, but it's a similar chemical structure to the kind of thing they're using. And then they'll desiccate crops with the Roundup before they harvest it to dry them out. And that's like one of the things that's controversial is like it's because they'll use it to kill bugs and to kill weeds and things like that, but then they also use it sometimes to dry out the wheat right before harvest, just because it makes it easier to harvest if the wheat's moist. And then
sounds smart.
People are like, hey, there might be residual Roundup because you just sprayed it and unnecessarily harvested it.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I'm really excited about RDJ getting in. Because he's about all the health stuff and pulling out all that.
I did a comedy tour to raise money for that
I'm excited
guy.
for
I am happy for him. And people gave me crap about it. I'm so glad he's in that cabinet.
Yes.
And I was on a show with Tulsi Gabbard last night. Oh. I hope she becomes president.
She's cool.
She's so legit.
Cool lady.
It feels like we're on like the dawn of a new era of being. I can't, maybe it's too good to be true because like corporations are so powerful in this reality at this phase. But still, it still feels like righteousness is winning out. I don't know if that's like
in a lot of ways. I mean, especially if you see like the Trump overreaction so far, like the women against Trump, the white women who are wearing blue bracelets to show that they didn't vote for Trump.
Did you see the TikTok that's like, all right, girls, where are we getting the tattoos? Where are we putting the tattoos on?
They want to make sure you can see their blue bracelet when they go to the dog park, Starbucks, or they're getting their nails done by a trafficked Asian.
This is like their version of thieves can't. This is how they communicate with each other to let them know.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is my language.
Don't worry, I'm an ally.
I'm one of you.
Yeah.
You know.
They also are shaving their heads, all these women, and recording new covers of Nothing Compares to You. Let's see some of these videos of the women who shave their heads.
Short hair we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're cutting it off because you.
I don't understand. What is this supposed to do?
So it's supposed to. They're basically saying that they're not going to have sex with men for the next 4 years. They're not going to be whatever because of the concerns about if you get pregnant, what can happen to you.
Okay.
It's one of the worst times.
And so they're just going to be unattractive for the next 4 years.
I believe you can go to one of the 48 states that still allow abortion.
Stuff that we talk about on here, but trust me, I understand. I've heard the message loud and clear. We all have. Now women are going to have to just refuse to participate. Sorry, if you're a man, I will not be responding to you. If you are a man, I will not be talking to you. I am going to be promoting the 4B movement from here on out.
Kind of inviting bad things to happen.
And this woman did the same. This woman also dramatically cut and
There's a
shaved
sex
her head.
doll in the back
In
of that
response
video.
to all the liberals
God.
who are shaving their heads to fight the patriarchy, I just want to make it clear that I have cancer. I'm not stupid.
God.
She's like, I don't want to be lumped in with you guys.
It's like, hey, I have an actual issue
Yeah,
here.
I had to do this
Not the same.
because I'm sick. But yeah, I'm sorry that your lady didn't win.
I was gonna say too, because she didn't have eyebrows, and I was like, wait, that's a little
Also,
different.
I just want to point out that the 4B movement that they're talking about actually started, I believe, in like China. And it was because women were being videotaped without their consent while they were having sex. And so then they stopped having sex with men because this was like a big problem.
In China?
Yeah.
So they're
That makes, I mean.
It's odd. They usually respect women so much there.
No. So they're jumping off of that.
That I can.
That's what the 4B movement.
It's 4B, the letter B. You know what the B's stand?
They've just adopted it from, that's what the Chinese movement was called.
It kind of feels like when someone in protest lights themselves on fire and like is like, but this is their version of that.
It's South Korea.
South Korea? It was in South Korea?
Yeah.
Yeah, like shaving your head in Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
on a way lower risk.
Yeah, like a way, and you get up and get out of the way.
No risk at all.
Yeah, and then you go eat a bowl of cereal afterwards.
Yeah, you go get sushi.
Gluten-free, maybe.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah, well, I'd say the biggest overreaction was probably a Minnesota man who killed his family, ex-partner, and then himself.
Oh, that is...
Which I would say is a big deal. The libs of TikTok were saying they were in fear for the family because he kept going online talking about how afraid he would be if Trump won. So he murdered everyone and himself. Yeah, talk about a red wave.
That's sad.
Right?
Did you guys hear about the sex strike too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we got some videos about the sex strike.
Yeah. Well, apparently she was turning him down.
Yeah.
Guy hated
you guys-
Bitcoin. What?
You want to see those?
Yeah.
This, please.
Like, I full on removed myself from Hinge, Bumble. Like,
Oh, boy.
I didn't even think twice about it.
You probably had to swipe
There's no way
twice just to get her off
I'm
the
letting
screen.
any man near me.
For the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men.
Schmex?
And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend.
That's odd. He left the second you said that.
Funny enough.
Yeah. It's weird. I brought it up and he left.
I'm leaving my man. I'm not here to judge anybody doing this 4B movement, but telling people to divorce their husbands is crazy.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
so yeah, that's what it was.
This guy will not have sex with you.
We could probably cut it there.
It's right there. He's like, there's no way.
I think there should never, ever be one of these videos online ever again. I hate these fucking videos where you're looking for something, there's a news, you're like, what happened in DC or whatever? And it's these freaking videos that are just like, text, stop. I hate them.
Yeah, New York Post.
It's like The Matrix. Like that's the music they play in the movie The Matrix. It's that
Cool
kind of
stuff's
intensity. Like, am I Neo now? And that's what it felt like anyway. I kind of didn't. I wanted to avoid watching those like women. These traumatic. I'm in pain. What? Look at me. I'm in pain. I'm like, I think the best thing I can do is not look at you. But at the same time, it's good to know what's going on in society.
Yeah, like Kamala's daughter is like, wait until you feel her wrath. And it's like, she checked herself into a mental hospital. I don't know how dangerous she is unless she's, in the Penguin.
Who? Kamala's daughter?
Yeah.
I didn't know she had a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
She has a daughter.
Yeah, she's like a model.
She's
or
a
something.
nice young Irish girl.
Yeah.
And she checked herself into a mental institution?
Yeah, she went and got a mental evaluation. She was going crazy, which, I mean, I'm sure she wasn't stable. I mean, to go through that entire thing with your mom is probably very unsettling.
Yeah.
But you have other people speaking for her online, like, wait till she comes back. And it's like, maybe leave her alone.
I feel like
I think she needs some time.
Barron Trump could have gone crazy. Like, he's probably under immense amount of pressure as well. Like, when you see him, the pictures of the whole Trump family, everyone's smiling, but Barron looks super stoic. And like, dear God, he's probably feels like probably feels the weight of the future more than anyone else for whatever reason. I don't know.
I think it's because Barron came in and was like, "Hey, Dad, this is Theo Vaughn's podcast," and then made his whole strategy work. Yeah, like, Barron is largely responsible for him being elected.
Dude's a genius.
Yeah, like that's probably why he's just stoic. Like, I
he's
did
like
this.
Just calculating, constantly calculating.
Yeah,
I like that guy.
So do I. I mean, I think he pulled it off for his dad by looking at it through a young, hip angle that you're just not going to get from people that are older.
Yeah, man, those.
Very smart.
I mean, even the PR campaigns. You know, you have Psaki coming out now and going, "Well, I think she should have done. I think she should have done Rogan in hindsight." So you need a PR team to tell you to do the #1 podcast in America.
What an idiot!
And then she spent $600,000 on the one who's
Show
your
Me
daddy
Daddy
podcast.
or Call Me Your Daddy or something.
Yeah, which had like 487 downloads.
Which I heard she didn't just pay to go onto this thing. She paid to build the studio.
That's why it was $600,000.
Why are you spending $600,000? One.
That's how you get
on
$1
a
billion
studio that looks like
and
that.
end up in the whole $2 million.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
So instead of traveling to them, she built her own studio and then had them come.
Yes. And that's what she wanted to do with Rogan. And he's like, "No, just get on a plane." Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
We've been talking a lot about if she had done Rogan's show, would it have helped her or hurt her? I mean, obviously, she probably would have lost either way, in my opinion, and especially now in hindsight, I can say that. But like, I think it would have exposed things about her and her agenda, maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. I mean, probably for society, it would have been better just to have some honesty and transparency.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to see her answer a question where she has to answer a question. Because it's not like he's forceful, but he will just say, like, "I don't get what you mean by that. Can you elaborate?" He's conversational, and that's something that she's not been at
And he's
all.
curious, too.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. He doesn't just want to hear what your thought is. He wants to hear why you think that way.
Yeah.
You know, which is really good. And like the whole first hour of Trump was him going like, "Trump, why do you want to be the president? What do you like about America?" Like that's the entire first hour was just Trump going like, "Yeah, I really like the office and the Lincoln bedroom is the glorious giant bed. That guy was tall.
Big hat.
Tall guy."
Bed.
It was just him talking about how much he liked the White House and America. It was kind of cool.
He's like, "What was it like to be president?" In the very beginning, he's like, "The Lincoln bedroom."
Yeah.
I walked into the house. He's like, no, not like that, but like, what was it like?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, the bedroom was. Let me tell you about the bedroom." Yeah. He's like,
See the size of that bed.
Did he mention anything about Fox and Odin?
A Fox and Odin.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you.
That's a
In a
premium
world of
product.
whiskey,
You want to sit back and relax. Just toast yourself and the whole country for the win we just had. Get some of this Fox and Odin. Dude, I hear that they're from Michigan, Dave.
they are. That's one thing that I love about this company is it's a Michigan-based company. Michigan is known for its rugged terrain and great farming, and they have been able to pull out a wonderful whiskey that all my friends have had, and they say it is an absolute delight. And they are crafted to honor the wild beauty are all around us every day, like the wild beauty of the victory we had.
Oh, yeah.
So you can put them with a meal. Why not?
Toast yourself.
Why not wrap it up in a
Go
gift?
toast yourself.
Oh, it's Christmas is coming up. Get yourself and a family member a little gift.
And especially if a family member is somebody who you like, give it to them to tolerate the family member that you all don't like and didn't want to come. And you can buy online at foxandodin.com. Just use code America, that's spelled like the country, for shipping, for free shipping. That's Fox and Odin, O-D-E-N, not Odie from Garfield. Foxandodin.com, promo code America to get the free shipping. It is American made and American proud. Bottled at peak maturity.
So you won't get in trouble or anything.
Yeah.
Correct.
These are of
For
age.
sure, yeah.
These are of age. Give them to someone who's 21 and above, unless you're in other countries.
Yeah.
I wondered if it was Odin, the Norse god, but you clarified it was Odin with an E.
It's true, yeah.
That's true.
You know, I don't drink a lot.
You hardly and me both, sister.
But I had a little bit of, I think it was bourbon on election night.
Okay.
It's a touch, but the nice thing about that stuff is if you drink it really, literally in a nice little, like moderate, you just get it, like line your throat with it and just kind of breathe in. and get that flavor. And all the fumes into your lungs kind of cleanses the lungs.
So there's a technique. You put a little drop of water on the top. You pour your drink, and you drop a water on there, and it's supposed to like open up the floral patterns of it.
Ice. Yeah, right.
It sounds really good.
Well, you drink it neat without
Dave
ice.
and I are just over here.
Too much ice.
We both made eye
Watering
contact.
at the
Gross.
mouth.
It's disgusting. It's so gross.
It sounds like you're reading porn.
You should.
I'm definitely going to try the water drop.
Right, yeah.
Droplet.
It's like 1 or 2 drops. It's supposed to like open up the smell.
I found myself breathing in the cup. I'd like tilt it to my face and just breathing in rather than drink it.
Yeah.
It was so I didn't get drunk.
I found my confidence went up and problems went away.
Oh.
And then, well, it would cause more problems depending on what my car hit.
Short term.
Yeah, but boy, for that first 20 minutes of a drink when that heat from bourbon first hits your chest or whiskey.
You get that warmth.
You just get that nice warm burn and it just drifts up and oh my God, I need to stop talking about it.
I'm going to go order some Fox and Odin right now.
Oh.
So you've actually quit drinking?
2009, my friend.
And then has life, a lot of people now are going, there's like a phase of like.
There's a lot of people who do it now, yeah. It seems to be.
Catching on.
Yeah, it seems to be
It's
hip
good.
now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a little bit of alcohol is really good for you.
I feel that way too. I just have no ability to do it.
That's it.
I think that there is certainly a huge benefit to where if you can have a glass of wine or two, a couple beers, I think there's an absolute benefit to it.
Or even like a third of a bottle of beer. Like those bottles are a lot. For me, I don't drink a lot, so a full bottle of beer is like an overdose. It feels like an overdose, like a half a bottle, maybe a little bit less. And I feel like, okay, my vocal cords are like loosened up. I think my cardio is like my blood vessels are constricting and kind of like feel pretty fluid.
It's good for stress. I mean, it's good. There's a lot of stuff that I mean, that's why I don't encourage other people to not drink because I have a problem. My best friend owns a bar. I go there and hang out. I have no problem with it. Yeah.
I went through a short phase of drinking way too much. I nearly destroyed my guitar. I was hitting it so hard, just angry and like, fuck this world. Like it's just so nasty and in the wrong dose.
Oh, it is. It's one of the worst things that's ever been put on earth.
Honestly, yeah.
And then if you outlaw it, boy, does it get bloody.
Oh, it does.
But like, I don't think we could have become what we are as a species without it in a lot of ways. Because it helps us, like you were saying, recover from stress. And probably there's this tribe in Mexico called the Tarahumara, and they run like 20 miles a day. They're just this like nomadic tribe, and they drink corn beer. That's their diet.
That's it.
Yeah, I think they may eat other things too, but that's like their primary dietary source is this corn beer that they drink. But because they run so much,
wasn't that also Egypt's thing? Like Egypt was all beer, like that. They drank mostly beer
because they're sweating, so they're probably sweating out a lot of the toxins, maybe.
Well, I know a lot of Egypt, well, there were rivers, and I know they had a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
A lot of salt, which may have been currency. I don't know much.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
That's where the word salary comes from.
Yeah, salt.
Yeah.
Sal. That was the Roman word for salt.
Yeah.
That's how they would pay their troops.
That's just crazy that the thing you sprinkle on,
we're just like
your eggs.
We're just like,
you would have been rich.
For some reason, I have this next to my chair.
I'll tell you what I do know a lot about, though.
What's that?
I got a movie that's coming out today.
Oh, snap, dude.
Yeah. You can go to Comedy Genius to get it. It's comedygenie.us. That's COMEDYGENI.us. It's $5. That's it. $5 for this movie. Let's take a look at it.
That's a steal.
What's that? That's your new car, boy. Make sure you baby this king.
Oh, you know I will, Dad.
Good.
Whoa! Awesome. Congrats. What kind?
It's still a Baron. The pride of Chrysler.
Well, at least somebody's proud of it.
Really?
This thing doesn't have a CD player, so I made you a mixtape. So we got the 98 Degrees, the Backstreet Fellas.
Yeah, there's gonna be no underage drinking.
Did I hear beers?
Ghetto Run?
No, guys, you know I hate going down there.
8 Mile, baby. We'll just have one of those bums buy it for us.
I'm Spider with a Y.
We need to get my dank nuggets, dude.
Do you mean weed? Eat that, sack that, drop that gun.
How the fuck you whispering? You a narc?
Why does everyone think I'm a narc? Cause you're all gonna die if you cross me once.
Are you guys all right?
No!
Look out!
How many bums are we gonna kill tonight? Why is this happening? Why?
The fuck is this?
My dad made me a tape.
Well, dude, turn it off!
Oh, it's raping my ears!
How do you put it on the radio?
So that is The King of Detroit. It's out. A lot of people liked it when we put it up for free on this site. So it's only $5. We could have gone higher, but we didn't because we want people to watch it and hopefully you'll enjoy it. That's Comedy Genius is where you can get it. Goes live today.
Yeah, right now?
$5. You
By
can get
the
it right
way,
now.
I just want to say, the first time I saw that movie, it was a fever dream.
Thank you.
It's amazing in the best way. Like, it starts out very like normal and it's kind of going along, and then it just descends into chaos, and that's my favorite kind of movie. So yeah, check it out.
Thank you very much.
Is that like real life in Detroit? Starts off normal and then
it was based very much on my younger days.
So you wrote it?
Yes.
How else were you involved with the movie? Did you direct it?
Produced it.
Oh.
And he's in it.
Yeah, and I'm in it. I'm not a starring role.
Clown face.
Because I just sat back for that. Ken, who works here, directed it. My friend Sebastian co-wrote it with me. And it was based on a night we would do back in the day where we'd be all fine, be good to our parents, and then go down to 8 Mile to a place called Piccadilly's, and then we would get either a homeless person to buy us beer or we'd buy beer, and the night would descend into chaos. We'd end up in drug houses, raves, all kinds of stuff. So I based it just on my real life and experiences, and then just turned it up a bit.
Oh, man.
And then it was cool. We had a lot of Detroit rappers and musicians donate songs. I made it for $7,000.
That's awesome.
Back in 2013.
Oh.
So, and we just sat on it for a long, long time.
Oh.
Which is nice because when you do a movie that takes place in 99, the longer you wait to put it out, the older it looks.
Yeah.
It actually benefited us.
Yeah, I was like, did they shoot it on purpose to make it look like it was shot in 1999? Because it does.
Yeah, it looks really. We were really happy with how that turned out.
What did you guys use? What was the medium that you used to shoot it?
It was
a film or recorded it.
No, we used digital, but it was a Panasonic. I can't remember the kind of camera, but I mean, we learned a lot. Like driving around we bought a car, which was the LeBaron, to shoot the movie in, which we bought off a guy for $800. And when you buy an $800 car, it's going to have problems. And we also learned that when you are driving in a convertible and you have another car shooting, the wind is a real issue when doing audio, so you have to do post. We used a real drug house. I mean, not a real, I shouldn't say that in the air. There was just a house we went to that we were allowed to trash. And a lot of people just donated and were part of it. And we ended up making this thing, and we shot it in 13 days for $7,000.
When you were shooting from the second car, was it like you were driving alongside? Would you be on a trailer? I mean, trailers probably.
Yeah, how'd you do that?
We'd be driving alongside in the back of a pickup or in another car, or we'd be in front of them with the camera out like that.
And you're like standing over the director, or are you there on the shoots?
I was there on almost every shoot, yeah, especially the park shoot. There's a scene where there's a bit of a fight, and I was there kind of like trying to direct the actors. That was my small role in it, where Ken was the main director, obviously, but we had all contributed to it in a lot of ways, where if I knew people, it was how to make people mad at each other or whatever you had to do to actually get the scene to function. Because it was based on just real arguments you'd have with your friends when it gets real tense and personal. Because every one of those characters, the Claw is based on my friend John. The main character is based on like 3 different people I know, including myself. My other, everybody's somebody who I knew. Angela in it, who's a different Angela, plays a girl who was a lot like my ex-girlfriend. So it was all personal, and I put it out there, and people were very positive when we put it on.
You blended 3 of your friends, including yourself, together to create the main guy.
Yeah.
Is he like a psycho now because he's got the worst of all 3 of you and the best or something?
No, it was more of he was sensible, but a little bit unaware of how bad things were getting. And like it was a little bit like he loved his dad, he loved his parents, he would try to be a good kid, but he's obviously flawed as you see it through the movie. And when the other way is the Claw, who the Claw in real life only gave a shit about himself. It was just that guy who'd sold drugs out of his mom's house. Was just like, he was really cool to have on your side, but he just never cared about anything but him. And that was the most fun character to write. And I mean this with love, John. You know you're still that guy. So it was fun to write that from that perspective because that's how everybody saw him. Like, you could have the worst thing happen to you, and he'd be like, "We're going to go get my weed, though, right?" And you're like, "Our friend just died." And he'd be like, "It's a block away." You know, like, it was that guy where he was always hilarious.
You know, we were just talking about, this has kind of Kevin Smith vibes.
Too, yeah.
Yesterday, we were just talking about Kevin Smith, Mallrats, and obviously Clerks, and like how he kind of got started writing about his friends.
Yeah.
Also, we did that in high school. We never had a director. We never had a guy like you that like finally put it together.
That made it happen.
Yeah, we had like the writer, the editor, and the actor, but we didn't. And then we all just left and went away. Yeah. But I would have loved to have captured my childhood in a movie like that.
That's what I was very lucky, and Ken did an excellent job directing, and like producing it was getting everybody together. And then I had friends that I knew had different strengths come, and even just to have the different scenes and it go crazy. It was cool to have comics in it. I mean, like Matt McClowry sitting there playing somebody that we call AIDS bum. And it's like he's just sick, but you would see those guys. And Spider with a Y in the movie is based on a real guy who would come up to you and be like, "Hey guys, it's me, Spider with a Y," and he would do that, and he would offer you like sex. Like, he'd be like, "You guys want to get your beer? That's cool. Like, I'll jerk you off for like an extra 10." And I'd be like, "We'll just take the beer, you know." And he'd be like, "One of you guys got to come in with me," so two of us would always go just in case. Yes. Yeah, Spider was a real dude who just stood outside of this place and waited to buy kids beer and then offer them. Like, he claimed to be a roadie at one point for AC/DC. And it was just crazy. He's like, "Yeah, you know, I smoke a joint with Ozzy once, and I'll jerk you off." And you're like, he was just
like sliding in
track marks, and it was so much fun, like back then. And you'd be like, "Nah, it's cool, Spider. We'll just whatever you want." And you'd go, and if I had a fake ID, we'd get to avoid him, and then I just walk in, and like the number of places that I thought were accepting my fake ID. But they were just charging me $40 for a 30-pack of the Beast, you know, because it's like, "Oh, yeah, I got away with it, guys."
Were there actually evenings where it was like stress because like, how are we going to avoid Spider tonight?
A couple times. Yeah. Spider, I think eventually something happened to him, which anybody would expect because sometimes he just wasn't there.
Just disappeared.
But the best was when Spider just wasn't there. Like, at first it was cool to hear his stories, but other times it's like, this guy wants
probably
to just...
jerking somebody off in the
Yeah,
back.
exactly. I guarantee you there was a few people that were like, they didn't even come for the beer. It was just a 50-year-old guy from the suburbs who was like,
stay for the suburbs.
It's a means to an end.
Just a pastor getting jerked off.
Hey.
Amen.
Speaking of.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of pastors. What a great segue that was on accident. There's another movie we got to talk about right quick. That movie, if I can find it, is...
Page 6.
Oh, page 6. Thank you, Angela.
Yeah, at the top.
Oh, look. Angel.com/normal. You can get tickets to this movie. This movie, I got to tell you a bit about it. It is...
it sounds remarkable, I have to say.
Yeah, it's
for
called...
my own.
Yes, it's called Bone Heifer. And as the world... If you like what we do around here, and you want a great way to let other people know that you're watching and listening to, you're going to love The Blaze. Blaze Media
Blaze
Shop, all that, yeah.
That's
But the movie you want to check out is Bone Heifer. As the world teeters on the brink of annihilation, Diedrich Bonhoeffer is swept into the epicenter of a deadly plot to assassinate Hitler in Angel Studios' upcoming film, Bone Heifer, Pastor, Spy, Assassin. Hitting theaters November 22nd. You can get showtimes right now at angel.com/normal. With his faith and fate at stake, Bone Heifer must choose between upholding his moral convictions or risking it all to save millions of Jews from genocide. Will he shift from preaching peace to plotting murder and alter the course of history and the cost of him? You don't know, but you can find out this Thanksgiving. Get your tickets today at angel.com/normal and go out and see Bone Heifer.
Yeah,
Watch
and
that
get
bone
some
hole.
Blaze merch while you're at it.
And get some Blaze merch, too.
I love the Angel Studios guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I didn't know they were
Good
doing a
stuff.
new movie, Bone Heifer.
Bone Heifer's coming out.
These are the Harmons. They're well, I don't know if they're producing or not.
I think it's there. I mean, it's the Angel Studios.
That's Angel.
The ones that put out the Traffic movie.
Bone Heifer. So, would you go back in time and kill Hitler?
It's always baby Hitler, though.
Yeah, the youngest, most innocent version of him.
And which is sad. But it would also be the easiest to do.
What if it was the art student version of him and he was pissed off one night?
Oh my God, I'd hit him.
You could justify it.
Yeah.
Germany had cars.
I get too scared of like the butterfly effect. I get too worried about what would happen in the future.
Because what if it was worse? What if a worse character came to power that actually
like Goebbels became like the dude instead?
Come back and you're like,
what if Hitler was the guy that was like holding the other guy's back?
Exactly.
Come back and it's just, boy, there's a lot of complaining.
Everything's so negative all the time. What's happening?
Everything's a bank.
I don't get it. It's weird.
Yeah, maybe he actually was. I was going to say maybe he actually saved the world.
Yeah,
he didn't. He didn't do that. I don't think. But
it's all Jews.
You never know. It's the exact thing. The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
The chaos theory. Who knows what could go wrong if history is altered?
That's true.
You got to go back and try to stop yourself from killing Hitler.
So many
And then you realize the guy that gave you the technology has to go and like, what have you started? What have you done?
Yep.
Yeah, you can't go. You
By
can't
the problem.
plan a family trip to Auschwitz to show everybody the horrors.
And you're like, remember what they did to the Jew? And it's like, no, I don't. And you're like, how do I teach the lesson?
You're like, but they don't remember at all.
Then you got to go back and you have to commit all of the crimes
You
that Hitler
yourself.
did. You yourself. It's like that movie, the Beatles movie.
Yeah, and you're shaving a Chaplin stash, and you're like, I don't want to hurt any of these people.
But I have to.
What if they slaughtered Hitler and then Mussolini took back over and he won the war?
Yeah,
Make a
they all
good
be
point.
Noodles.
It's like a semi-decent movie plot.
You would have to kill baby Hitler and then kill baby Mussolini, but I bet you there'd just be another guy.
Yeah, there's always going to be
dad.
another guy
It's like
to take over.
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody
Canon
maybe if you find him as an art student and just go, I love your paintings.
Yeah.
Could I buy one? Perhaps. Maybe you come back with today's money, which is worth probably less than then. But
You go back in time way further, take out some bonds,
yeah,
and then go back to the time
and
where
start
he
a
is, and then-
Hitler museum. It's an Adolf Hitler Art Institute.
That actually did cross. If you go back and help him and make him a good person, he's at an early age. That's kind of the thing I
Like
take.
a young Jewish woman.
You
Go
wear
back.
yes.
Kiss him, sleep with him, fall in love with him.
We go get like an Elaine.
Don't break his heart
Elaine
though.
Bennett.
No, you can't. You're in it for the long haul.
And you gotta wear a yarmulke and make sure he knows the whole time you're serious.
If like we're paying it forward, and because that's kind of where I'm at, like in society. If I could, people were saying Trump is Hitler, and there's a stupid rhetoric where I'm like, you know what? There is a potential for all of us to go crazy. So if we can create love and like make each other better and give each other hope moving forward, maybe we can prevent something like that. Like, what would you do literally if you had the opportunity to be friend Hitler when he was young and make him not crazy? Obviously,
What
he
if I
took
made
a lot
him
of
worse?
What if you just
There's
didn't
that
like him?
potential, too.
What if you just were like, this guy sucks?
You're like, now I'm the
You just
problem.
leave.
Yeah, like now you're
get
dealing
it.
with him and you're like, this guy, I don't even like Hitler. Now I want to kill him just because I think he sucks and he talks about art too much.
What if you go back and you like him?
And
And you
You're
become
like, this
like
guy's-
his second in command.
yeah.
You,
What have I become?
Yeah.
You have a gay relationship with Hitler.
Now that's a
there's
You
a
have to keep
plot.
it down. You have to keep it down.
And you're like, you could do that though.
yeah.
You keep it on the back burner.
We could make the movie be called Gadolf Hitler.
Yes.
Devil Studios.
Yep.
I think it would sell. I think a big studio would pick that up eventually.
we could do it.
I think we do it.
Yeah.
Gadolf.
They just go back and have a great romance. It would be Joaquin Phoenix.
Wow.
He's playing both parts.
Oh,
Playing
good.
both parts.
He would love to fuck.
And he becomes gay and doesn't want to fight.
Yeah.
That would be a great plot.
Yeah. He's like, we should just have sexual intercourse and not worry about these
Nonstop.
Jews.
Like Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Put on Hitler's nest.
But
the
it's
nest.
it's too late because he's
Eagle's
already
nest.
started the movement. So the
Yeah.
movement's going, but he wants it to stop because he's like in love.
Yeah.
The other
so-
character's all gay and a Jew.
And he's like, he's trying to get Goebbels. He's like, you should join us one night. And Goebbels like, I got kids. And he's like, doesn't matter.
Yeah. But Mangala's kind of into it.
Mm-hmm. Mangala's like,
This
I'll
is
bring the
Oscar
champagne.
They have a little
Oscar bait for
threesome with
sure.
Mangala.
I know his grandson, Mangala.
What? You really?
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine.
How's he?
He's cool as hell.
Is he?
Yeah, and
Didn't
like
affect him.
I guess how could he be? He's like, he's not real great. He likes to, electrocute people,
Yeah.
their eyes out. And
it's interesting guy because he's living with that existential conundrum of like, what do I do about my last name? He like wants to change his last name and escape the past. And
Sins
I'm like,
of the father.
Like, can you maybe bring, can you redeem the name? Because he's not a bad guy. You're not your father.
That's going to be a tough one to redeem. Yeah. Hi, I'm Bill Mangala. Like, you really just can't.
Any of those names. Hitler, if your last name was
Hitler's
you're
done.
Yeah, you're done.
So I don't know. I never really pushed him in any direction.
Not a good one to have.
But like, could you like Mangala? There's not a lot of Mangalas on the planet.
There's not a lot of Mangalas, and they only are going to think of one guy.
Yeah,
You can't be like, do you mean the Mangala that cured cancer or the Mangala that killed all the Jews?
Yeah,
actually, they're the same.
Yeah, that's true. Fortunately,
paperclip.
The testing that he did led his great grandson to cure cancer.
Exactly, because he was a pretty good guy.
Something real big.
Yeah,
to redeem the name.
Yeah, maybe a really good band.
Like be a famous actor. Yeah.
A good old
really
band.
super nice all the
Famous
time.
actor.
You could literally. You could be in a good band. You're right.
Julia Roberts and Jack Mangala in 3 crazy days.
That would do it.
Well, this should do it for us today. We should make this movie, though.
I agree.
Adolf Hitler, dude. It's a winner.
Adolf Hitler, we need to go pitch to Angel Studios.
Absolutely. Right now.
I think they would buy it.
Or Babylon B. Maybe the Blaze would do it.
Yeah, guys, this is between us here, all right?
Yeah, don't repeat it.
Us.
Yeah.
So don't tell anybody.
Guys talking in a back room somewhere in Dave's garage.
We've already copyrighted it.
Buy tickets for Bone Heifer and just use
I love the way you say it.
I don't know. I guess I thought I was pronouncing it right.
That's right. I believe that's right.
No, I believe it's Bone Heifer. Yeah.
Bone Heifer.
Bone Heifer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Jammin'.
so. Yeah, jammin'.
You're just saying it with the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do the accent. I read it the American way.
Yeah, the right way.
Yeah, Bone Heifer, pastor, spy, assassin.
Bone Heifer.
Bone Heifer. This could also be the poster for Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely the poster.
Yes, because there's the Mangala and the Goebbels, and they're all conflicted.
And that guy looks like he's from a different time anyway.
I fly planes for a living.
Yes. I've come back to murder him.
On the
but
wings
I
of love.
I love him.
He's just having a dinner with him, and you just see him like, oh. It just
gonna launch somebody's
and they
career.
touch your hands just a little bit.
He hugs him goodbye, and he's like,
oh man,
I can't go back.
Even just if we shot like the pilot, that would be
yeah. It should definitely be a series that goes at least 8 seasons.
Yeah. But the final season it's horrible.
Yeah.
It just falls apart.
It's just going to fall apart. It's not going to.
It was too much about sex. That's the problem.
It'll be like MASH, and it turns out he's just been fucking a chicken.
That's the thing. They got mixed up on what love meant, because there's erotic love, but then there's like love of friendship.
Yeah.
Brotherly
love of family, brotherly love.
Yeah, but this one's erotic. This one
turns out.
This one's for sure erotic.
It all builds up to them having sex, and then the screen just goes black like The Sopranos. And Don't Stop Believin' starts playing.
Don't stop believing.
Hitler's got feelings. All right, so let's go to the end of the world. Page 7.
Yeah, that's right.
Turns out nobody wants to buy P. Diddy's house. That's right, the multi-million-dollar mirror-lined home where all the freak-offs took place isn't selling.
Oh, what the heck?
What the who? What do you think the reason is, QB?
The showers are haunted by all the acts that happened in them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, they remind people of Auschwitz.
I get it. Angela.
When you walk in, you immediately cut your foot on a shattered Cassie Ventura ex-girlfriend escape prevention vase.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
That's
it's like
a lot.
It's
That's
a thing.
most of his vases.
Yeah.
Or to get women to stop running away. Ian?
Why Diddy's house won't sell?
Yeah.
There's too much traffic.
Oh, I like that.
It's in
I
a
like
bad
that.
spot.
But
I'm going to go with it's the only house that smells worse than curry.
I like the curry smell.
No, you don't.
Yes,
Not if
I
you're
do.
buying a house.
Liar.
Oh, no.
You don't want it set in.
Well, just for dinner
There's
night.
a difference between cooked
All right, I'll
curry
change mine.
and set in smell.
I'll change mine to appease her. You admire all the Jackson Pollock paintings until you realize he never bought any art.
Okay, that's it. That's
Yeah,
the one.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can get behind.
You don't want a black light there, bro.
No, you don't want a black light.
do
there.
not.
I guess the black light would just show the couple spots that were clean.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like, hey, it actually looks pretty good. Oh, wait. That's the negative space is the clean. Yeah.
You just go to open the door and slide from all the oil. All right. Thank you very much. Will you come back tomorrow?
Yes.
Please do.
All right. We're going to do some stuff for you tomorrow. We went a little longer today. I hope you enjoyed it, but we like chatting with Ian. Ian, where can we find you?
At Ian Crosland, all over the internet. You'll find me there.
Awesome.
Especially Twitch and YouTube. I've been gaming a lot, so subscribe on those channels and X as well.
Yeah. Very cool. Angela.
Angela Does Horror on YouTube.
Whoop, whoop.
QB.
And, Nega Garrett. Go. I'm trying to get to 10,000. We just passed 5K on the channel subs. So thank you guys out there for subscribing. We're running for 10. So go subscribe. Check it out.
And November, not April 23rd, I will be in Clinton Township, Michigan, as well as this weekend. You can come out. It's going to be me, Reno Collier, and Mike Loftus at Levity Live in Huntsville, Alabama. Come out to the show this Friday and Saturday. Friday's the Tyson fight, but you can always watch it right after because God knows I'm going to.
And go buy the movie.
And buy the movie, The King of Detroit, at Comedy Genius. Comedy Genius, but put a dot before the U.S. It's only $5. You're going to be happy you spent it.
With a Y. Why?